this is Chef Scott, and I want to talk to you about knives. There's so much confusion about knives, so I thought let's look at a couple of them. Number one, this is a Japanese slicing knife. It's called a banshee. It's a beautiful knife. It's high carbon steel, but it rusts. It's got a wooden handle. We do not want to put this in the dishwasher, believe me. And whenever we wash it, we want to dry it right away. This basically has one side that's extremely sharp, and then the other side is just flat all the way throughout. So this is what they use for sushi, and this is what they use for all kinds of nice cutting where they need to get a beautiful mouthfeel and a smooth edge. Then here we have what's called the American slicer. Here, let me show you some of the parts of the knife real quick. Number one, we have what's called the handle, and the hand goes on the handle. This silver part is all called the blade, and the blade has several parts to it. Number one, the point. I tell kids that come to our programs, you don't want this to drop on your feet, so you need to protect your feet at all times by wearing toe-covered shoes. Now, the other part of this, the back, is called the spine. And the spine is smooth, it's just like your back, it's just like the spine of a book. And we use this in the kitchen to move ingredients off our board and to move around. This last part's the one we're concerned about, the cutting edge. The cutting edge, nothing goes in front of that cutting edge except for the food that you are going to actually cut. Your fingers don't go in front of it, so when you're handing off a knife, you don't want to grab it like this and hand it to somebody, or you'll probably end up in the hospital with fingers need to be reattached. So nothing ever goes in front of this. The slicer is fantastic for slicing pork, beef, chicken, fish. This is the one that I recommend everybody have, and that is a chef's knife. This is a French chef's knife. Again, it's got a handle, it's got the blade, point, spine, and cutting edge. And when I hold the knife, I actually pinch the blade, then let my hand rest on the handle so it's comfortable. This is the workhorse of all my knives. Here we have a different knife. This is a bread knife. And as you can see, it looks like a saw with these serrated edges, they're called. It's not a smooth edge like these other knives are. It's got this serrated edge, and we use that for cutting breads. And this is a really nice one. I'm enjoying that one. And this here is a fillet knife used for fish and chicken. And you can see that this is very flexible. Okay, again, it has a long blade, and these may come serrated or non-serrated. This is the typical fillet knife that I grew up using. Again, look at the difference in the blade. The shape of the blade is very different, but this is the one used for fish, chicken, and pork. This here is a steak knife. We use it for steaks. It's usually on the table when you're cutting things. Restaurants have it as well. Now, it's just a plain knife. It's a little bit serrated. Now, these two are the fun ones. These are called paring knives. They're small 3-4 inch knife blades, and these are the ones used for all kinds of work. Smaller work. This, however, is a child's knife. And let's take a look at this. Iron Chef Kat Cora's team sent this to me, and I'm so grateful. This is a regular paring knife. This is a child's paring knife. And one thing you notice is that the handles are a little different and the blades are a little bit different. And look at the point of the blades. The child's knife is actually rounded on the edge, where this one is the good old-fashioned poke you through your shoes and boots. I like this when I'm starting out with kids. This is a great knife. It is a real knife, and it comes as part of a set that comes with a kid's chef's knife and also a utility knife. Honestly, all the work that I do in the kitchen can be done with a chef's knife and a paring knife. So don't sweat where you have to run out and get every knife that you find of every shape and size. These two will generally handle about 99% of what you need to do in the kitchen. This is Chef Scott. I hope you've enjoyed learning about knives. Be safe in the kitchen.